We all have a set of guiding principles, the preconceptions and generalizations regarding fundamental issues of one's life and of the entire world. No matter where we go, no matter what we do, we tend never to abandon our beliefs. These are things Prospector believes on Rock 107.
I believe all the red lights in Northeast PA are conspiring against me. I believe my phone listens to everything I say and purposely chooses the worst possible autocorrect. And I believe squirrels aren't just gathering nuts, they're using them to build a tiny, advanced, judgmental society.
Well, now we know the reason he turned out the way he did. That was Things Prospector Believes on Rock 107.
A place that used to feel like a whole night. Dinner, drinks, music, maybe a wedding on the other side of the building. Now just sitting there, dark, quiet, like everybody left and they forgot to turn the story back on.
Good morning. It's the Prospector Show on Rock 107.
So, Kate, the Woodlands, the spot down on 315 that was everything at once for years, hotel, nightclub, wedding, sushi, the whole deal, is still sitting in limbo after it got shut down back in November.
Heating issues, electrical problems, fire system not up to snuff.
Which experts say is bad for a place full of people, I guess.
Township steps in, says it's not safe, and shuts the whole thing down.
And ever since then, nothing. I mean, no real updates, no clear plan, just this big empty question mark sitting right there where lots of people have stories.
Yeah, everybody's got at least one night there and only half of them remember it.
Or they maybe fully remember and wish they didn't. But like this part that actually moves, Shogun, the sushi place that was inside the Woodlands, is finally getting a new permanent home.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they're heading across the river to Kingston, setting up in the old atrium space at the Jewish Community Center. So same sushi, new spot. And honestly, that place was about to become a destination real quick.
So the one part of the Woodlands that didn't need fixing just moved.
Right. The sushi survives. The building, still figuring itself out. That's kind of the weird part about the whole thing, because you got this one place that used to be packed and multiple things happening at once. People are dressed up for weddings. People dressed down for a night out. Somebody just there for sushi, all under one roof. And now it's like splintered out, split up. The sushi's got a new home. The memories still sitting in the old one. And the building just waiting to see what happens.
It's like when a band breaks up and the drummer goes to have a great solo career.
So now Shogun is the Phil Collins of the story?
Yep. Shogun's moving forward, and the Woodlands is still on pause.
Think about how bad it has to be at a place where even raw fish is like, you know what? No, we're going to move down the road. Starting line, paper cuts, nervous stretching, somebody acting like it's the Olympics. And then there's Kate tying her shoes like she just remembered this was happening today.
Good morning. It's the Prospector Show on Rock 107.
So, Kate, get ready for the Office 5K this weekend. And I've seen the training. It's one solid walk followed by aggressive recovery snacks. That's what I feel like you're doing.
Well, no, now to be fair, this isn't just a random run.
Yeah.
It's powered by Valley in Motion, and what they're doing around NEPA actually matters.
Yeah, these guys do amazing work. Gus Fahey's been here on the show a couple of times, and they build trails. They improve parks. They help get people outside. They create spaces where you can move, hang out, and feel like a part of something, and rather than just sitting in 81 traffic wondering how you got there.
It's about community. It's about getting moving. It's about doing something good for yourself.
And you know what? Credit where credit's due, because Kate got hooked up by Dick's House of Sport in Dixon City. The shoes, the gears, all that kind of stuff. So if it goes sideways, Kate, you cannot blame the equipment. Because I know somewhere around mile one, there's a real chance Kate's just going to go start doing the math in her head.
If I walk this part and jog that part and emotionally commit to the finish.
We'll see. Either way, she's out there representing the Prospector Show on Rock 107. And more importantly, you're representing Northeast PA, Kate.
And possibly inventing the first ever snack break mid-5K.
If you've ever been confident about something and then found out later you were completely wrong,
you're going to want to hear this, because some of these,
they're going to stick with you for years. Coming up on Rock 107. A post on Threads is going viral after a lady asked, what's something you didn't learn the truth about until an embarrassingly long time later in life? It's the Prospector Show on Rock 107. Good morning, I'm Prospector.
Good morning, I'm Kate. Here are some hilarious confessions. The little piggy who went to market wasn't going to the grocery store.
That one took me a while as well. How about this one? This is great. I thought Elton John was blind because of the sunglasses.
Wow. I thought the Mount Rushmore faces occurred naturally by coincidence.
Yeah, that one's outstanding. Look, I think the list of things people learn late in life is long. It's got nothing over today's list of the top 5 things some people go through life never learning. Here we go. Number 5, standing up when the plane gets to the terminal doesn't help you exit any faster.
Top 5 things some people go through life never learning. Number 4, pajama pants aren't meant to be worn outside the house.
Number 3, nobody at work wants to watch a video of your kid's violin solo.
Top 5 things some people go through life never learning. Number 2, raisins aren't Halloween candy.
And the number 1 thing some people go through life never learning, pickleball isn't a sport. There you have it.
Time for the brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
The world's oldest known penguin just turned 38 and celebrated with an ice-cold birthday cake topped with fish. The Humboldt penguin lives at a wildlife sanctuary in England and apparently is still curious, social, and likes supervising the younger birds. For her birthday, she got one of her favorite treats, Cornish sardines.
Thanks. We needed that. The brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
And a drink in the other. Somebody's lawn chair planted like it's a permanent residence all of a sudden. And a guy showed up just for an hour, and he's now there 3 hours deep, and it's got a sausage sandwich and a conversation he just can't escape.
Good morning. It's the Prospector Show on Rock 107.
West Pittston's Cherry Blossom Festival is back this year. 55 years of it, or as locals call it, standing in line while you're pretending you're not just there for the fried dough.
55 years is a really long time, though.
It's
I did not realize that.
Yeah, this is a good festival. It's Saturday, kicking off with the parade at 11 in the morning, and there's a moment that everything just kind of locks in. That's when the folding chairs just start appearing out of nowhere, and you're like, where did these coolers come from? And all of a sudden, somebody's uncle's there going, here they come! And the floats are heading straight for this driveway.
And then it just kind of expands.
You got food trucks, you got vendors, you got live music, and the one band that somehow is playing everything from Bon Jovi to Bruno Mars, and they make it sound like it blends together perfectly.
And there's those kids running around on pure sugar and a parental bad decision.
Oh, they're going to be fun out there. Yeah, somebody's losing track of their group, and they're just adopting a new one for an hour. They're like, where'd my friends go? I'll hang with these guys. Fine. Sunday leans all the way in because in addition to the Cherry Blossom Festival, Little Miss Cherry Blossom. Dance studios. More music, more food, more. We should probably head out soon. Turns into, one more lap. And the Blossoms, they look great. They're everywhere. They're quietly doing their thing while everybody else is treating the whole weekend like a full contact social event for the weekend.
It's the only place where you just like, I'll go for a quick walk and somehow like need a nap as soon as you get home.
Because it's never just a walk. That's the thing, Kate.
Yeah.
It's a commitment. You know, you're going to eat something fried, buy something you didn't plan on, and run to it. There's 3 people you haven't seen in 10 years who are all like, oh, hey, you look exactly the same. No, I don't.
Yeah, it's just a lie that we all agree to accept, but whatever.
Yeah, here's the thing. The festival's been going for 55 years. So it's not just the parade or the food or the music. It's that weird, perfect mix of running into people, staying longer than you planned, and somehow just living and enjoying every second of it. Now, the festival runs all weekend, which gives you just enough time to run into every person you've been successfully avoiding since high school. Apparently, but then found it wrapped in paper towel in the garbage from when I was washing my hands in the bathroom. And on my way back from the men's room during Breaking Benjamin, I thought, be careful you don't lose it again, you idiot.
Don't do it again.
Yeah, what have you almost lost or lost? The story about it. How'd you find it back? If you found it, whatever, that's what we want to know this morning. Open mic, Rock 107 app, 1-888-ROCK 107 to call or text. Social media as well.
I think this one is my favorite from your Facebook. Dave says, wedding ring slipped off in the ocean at Jersey Shore. Spent 2 hours pretending I was just cooling off.
That's a pretty good one there. Okay.
And then Rob from your Twitter left my kid's backpack on the roof. It was the same trip as the coffee, and neither one of them made it.
Of course they didn't.
I don't know.
Open mic on the Rock 107 app.
Hey, Prospector. I have a favorite pair of amethyst earrings that were a gift from a friend. A few winters ago, we had a snowstorm, and I went out to dig out my car, and I was wearing the earrings. When I got back in the house, I realized one of them was missing. I went out and tried to find it in the snow, but no luck. When spring came and the snow started to melt, I found the earring in the driveway.
Are you kidding me?
That was almost devastating.
How does that happen?
Lisa from your Twitter took my rings off at the gym, forgot them in the locker room. Somehow they were still there the next day.
All right, one more here on the Rock Lines, Rock 107.
I almost lost the wedding ring. I was a mechanic, and I had gloves on, and they were pretty greasy, and I slid them off, and it was in the glove.
Yeah.
I called back to the shop. I made a guy a promise that I would buy him a lunch for a week if he found my ring in the glove.
How long before you called back and said, yeah, I got it?
About 45 minutes.
That's the longest 45 minutes you're ever going to spend.
Tina from your Instagram almost threw out my paycheck with junk mail, realized it halfway down the driveway.
I rip all my junk mail, so I would have been in big trouble there. Brian from Moscow on the Rock Lines. What'd you lose or almost lose?
I was married about 2 years, and I went out on a Saturday to do a side job putting on a roof.
Mm-hmm.
But I went out to my van, and I realized my ring I didn't want to get it all tar, so I took it off and put it in my pocket. So I go do the job. I come home. Ring's not there, not in my pocket. I go back to the job. I'm looking all around. I can't find it.
Mm-hmm.
10 years later, they're ripping up my street, and I go out to work, and I see a glow on the side of the street.
Yeah.
I go over, and there's my ring.
10 years.
10 years.
Oh, my God.
I mean, I went to Jersey, got a whole new ring.
Sure.
And now I have 2 wedding rings.
So that way you can lose another one. You're good to go this time.
I'm good to go now.
A decade later. Like, he's lucky he didn't move.
Yeah, that story's insane.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, we're talking about what you lost or almost lost. That was important.
Joe from your Facebook, lost my keys inside my house. Was late to work. They were in the door the whole time.
See, sometimes it's not lost. We're just dumb.
Ladies and gentlemen, grab the kids, call your neighbors, and gather around the radio.
It's now time to announce the winner of Prospector's Yambag of the Day, as decided by you at rock107.com.
We uncover the most baffling, ridiculous, pathetic, cockeyed, laughable, preposterous blunders in the world of misdeeds. Nominee number 1.
People have different levels of trust in machines. Some people in the office won't take their eyes off the coffee machine the entire time it's brewing. Other people are just fine passing out in the driver's seat of a car. A 37-year-old woman in Florida named Kimberly Brown was found in a Tesla parked in the middle of a lane of a highway. Kimberly apparently had gotten hammered at twice the legal limit, then hopped into her Tesla with autopilot on, thinking it would get her home safely on its own. Well, that's not what happened. There are monitors in self-driving cars like this that ensure you're alert and following along. She was passed out and wasn't responding, so the vehicle shut itself down right in the middle of the road. Detectives are still investigating the incident, determining where Kimberly was coming from and why she decided to get behind the wheel. It's pretty obvious that she's looking at a DUI charge at the very least.
Nominee number 2.
There are a few things you expect to see in a police cruiser. Flashing lights and maybe a traffic stop, but you don't expect to see them lining up for a race. A police department in Florida is now looking into a video that's making the rounds online. It appears to show one of the officers in a marked patrol vehicle accelerating alongside another driver as if the two are racing. The footage has raised questions about what exactly was happening and whether the officer was engaged in a pursuit or something else entirely. Officials say they're aware of the video and have launched an investigation to determine the circumstances and whether any policies were violated. At this point, details are still being reviewed, including when the video was recorded and what led up to the moment it captured.
And the winner is...
the woman who got so hammered she zonked out in a self-driving car and it just stopped and parked itself on the highway. You're the Yambag of the Day. We'll move on to Friday's Yambag of the Week competition. Keep it here for all of the nominees for Prospector's Yambag of the Day, weekday mornings on Rock 107. That's your Prospector Prime Coats podcast, the stuff we're legally allowed to replay. Thanks for listening, and remember, if you want the full experience, the stuff that almost gets us in trouble with the boss, you gotta wake up with us. Weekday mornings starting at 5:30 on Rock 107.